Welcome to the What Matters Marketing Show, hosted by Kim Skilton. This is your place to be inspired, to learn, and to build the business of your dreams with actionable marketing tools, tips, and resources. Kim Skilton is an award-winning marketer who has worked with some of the world's biggest brands. With more than 20 years of industry experience, Kim knows firsthand what it takes to build a business from the ground up. If you love to learn and are ready to take action, you're in the right place. Click follow so you don't miss an episode. Now let's get into the show.
Hello, and thank you for joining me today. We are going to go through the 5 essential steps to run a successful giveaway. Now, running a giveaway is more than just, giving away a gift to your audience. It's actually a strategic move, or at least it should be. And we're looking here at the opportunity to boost awareness, engage your community, and to grow your database. So whether you're launching a new product or service, or you're simply aiming to grow your online or just general brand presence, a well-executed giveaway can be a game changer. And even better, it can be a relatively low-cost marketing initiative as well. So give me a high five for that one. However, before we dive into the 5 steps for a successful giveaway, I'd love to share with you some ideas on what you could give away for your business. I quite often get the feedback from business owners that they struggle to be creative or to find the time to be creative. And so I'm going to somewhat force you to be creative just for the next couple of minutes while I share with you some ideas which will hopefully get your creative juices flowing and get you thinking about how you might be able to create the perfect giveaway. Here's some ideas. Perhaps you're a hairdresser or a beautician. You could look to give away a treatment and or a product, so you could package something up. You could look to give away a gift voucher. You might be in the professional services arena, so you might be an accountant, you might be a lawyer. You could look to give away a free consultation, or perhaps you're sponsoring an event and you're able to give away some tickets to that event. You could be a tourism operator, you could be a tour company, a hotel, an attraction. Give that experience away. If you're a hotel, can you give away a night or two and include breakfast or a spa treatment if you have those facilities on site? If you're offering a tour, maybe it's a tour for 2 people. If you're an attraction, give them access to the attraction, but maybe add in something else. So as an example, if you were SeaWorld, not only do you get the tickets to enter into SeaWorld, but you might throw in a swim with the dolphins experience. If you're a hospitality venue or an event venue, can you offer a dinner for 2? Or if you're trying to attract groups, could you offer a hen's afternoon or evening? Could you give away a high tea for a small group? So think about what would support your product, your service. Perhaps you're a tradie. So you may not want to or can necessarily give away your services, but maybe you could give away a complimentary service such as a Bunnings voucher or a garden store voucher. It could be a furniture store voucher. If you're a real estate agent, or perhaps you're a mortgage broker, insurance broker, let me think. For a real estate agent, maybe you can do a free styling package or a professional photo shoot. If you're a broker, maybe think about instead of giving a discount, which isn't really going to invite someone in to participate in a giveaway, but if you gave away a year's worth of a weekly flower delivery, and that would work whether you're selling insurance to direct to consumers or whether you're selling that to businesses. If you're a mortgage broker, could you maybe give away 3 months of an ironing service or a maintenance service? And if you do something where it's not directly your product or service that you're giving away, there might be an opportunity to partner with that business. So the maintenance business, the iron service business, the styling service, and you can do the promotion or the giveaway together and both leverage one another's audiences and channels to promote it and therefore have bigger impact. Now that I've got you thinking about what you could do to promote your business, let's break down the process into 5 actionable steps for how you can run a successful giveaway. So I'll give you the 5 steps first, and then we'll go through each of those in more detail. So step 1, you're going to define your objectives and set your goals. Step 2, you want to choose a prize that speaks to your ideal audience. So not what you think is right, but put yourself in the shoes of your ideal customer and think about what they would love. Number 3, or step 3, is prepare your terms and conditions. Step 4 is decide on the platforms you will use. And step 5 is reward every entrant. All right, so let's look at step 1, defining your objective and setting targets. So before we dive into that frenzy of what are we going to give away and getting all excited about what that could look like, we want to establish our clear objectives and set measurable targets. So whether it is growing your social media followers, expanding your email list, increasing overall awareness of your business. By having these defined goals, it will help guide your entire giveaway strategy. So to give you some examples of some marketing targets, you might have grow my Instagram following by 10%, 5%, 20%, whatever, come up with a percentage. You might have increase my email subscribers by 500, 200, 100, whatever is good for your business. You might have boost website visits by 30%. Again, whatever a reasonable goal is for your business, take into account the size of your business and how big your traffic is currently and your Instagram following. So there's some examples of the goals that you can set. And by setting those goals, not only do you have something to strive for, once your giveaway is finished, you've now got some benchmarks to work from. Because if you haven't done a giveaway before, you're not really going to know the impact. But give yourself some forecasted targets, and then once you complete the giveaway, you can then reflect on those and compare what you forecast versus what your actual results were. And they can then help you to set what your next goals will be for your next giveaway. Step number 2, choose a prize that speaks to your ideal customer. So you want your giveaway prize to resonate with your target audience and be the best representation of what you offer. So perhaps you're launching a new product or a new service, then use that as the giveaway. If you have a top selling product or service, then use that. A giveaway is the ideal opportunity to showcase what makes your brand special. So if you are, let's say, for example, some of those the businesses I gave earlier, say you're a tradie or you're a mortgage broker and you're actually going to give away another business's gift voucher or styling service, then what you want to make sure is whoever you do partner with or the gift voucher that you make your giveaway, that business has to be of a similar standard as yours. So make sure there is a beautiful brand alignment between your business and whoever you might be choosing to either partner with or to just purchase and use their product service as the giveaway. Now, I just want to take us back to basics for a minute and cover 3 points that you also want to consider when you're thinking about what is this prize that I'm going to give away. And it really was in the heading of step 2. Choose a prize that speaks to your ideal customer. It speaks to your ideal customer, not to everybody. So be clear about your audience or the audience you want to reach. What are they interested in? What would get them excited to receive from what you offer? You also want to look at your brand values. What do you want people to associate your brand with? As an example, if you're a lawyer, then you probably shouldn't be associated with risk. So giving away a skydiving prize probably isn't appropriate. If you're a luxury hotel, giving away, maybe it's a beautiful hamper, or you're giving away an actual night or two's accommodation, but then you go and include cheap wine. That just doesn't work. It doesn't align. So you want to make sure that every aspect aligns to your brand and your brand values. And always remember ultimately what your goal is. Why are you running this giveaway? And make sure that you've got that in mind when you're thinking about your ideal prize. And I always make this recommendation, and you'll see it in any of the giveaways that I'm responsible for with my clients, is I always highlight the value of a prize, because a lot of people may not understand the value. So you've got to give them that context. It could be win a bottle of champagne. It could be a $20 bottle of champagne. It could be a $500 bottle of champagne. So you need to make sure that you include the value of your prize, particularly when it's going to wow a particular or potential entrance. So be very conscious of including that. So as an example, I've done a few with my client Kakadu Tourism, but one that I'll talk to specifically, we were giving away a really wonderful prize. I think in the end it was 4 nights accommodation. You got a couple of day tours, breakfast each day. So it was valued at over $2,600. So of course we put that front and center in all of our collateral that we use to promote that giveaway. So just remember, bonus tip there, always highlight the value of the prize in your promotional material. All right, step 3 is to prepare your terms and conditions. This is necessary because you want to avoid any legal hiccups. And by doing this, you're able to outline clear and comprehensive terms and conditions for your giveaway. It will cover essential points such as the run dates, so the start and finish, and not only the dates, but the time. So, for example, it might be that the giveaway or competition opens at 9 a.m. on the 1st of the month and closes at midnight or 11:59 p.m. on the 31st of the month. So you'd be very clear about that. And you also have to include what time zone that's in. So depending on where you're based, you would make sure that you're making it clear, or not even where you're based, but where you're running the competition. And say, for example, I'm based in Australia. If I was running it nationally, then I might want to say, because I'm based in Queensland in Australia, I will use my time zone here. If your business was based in New South Wales and you are running it nationally, you might base that time on your New South Wales time. So not only are you putting your run dates in there, you're putting the start time and finish, and then also as in what time zone that will be in. You want to include your entry mechanics. So that would be really specifically telling people what they need to do to enter the prize, or enter for the chance to win the prize. You also want to include prize details. So not just accommodation or champagne or a treatment at my beauty salon. It would be specific. This prize includes 2 nights in a family suite at X Hotel. It includes full buffet breakfast for 2 adults. It includes free parking. So you're being very specific about what your prize includes, and you'll put that prize is valued at into your terms and conditions as well. You want to make sure that you cover off, how and when you're going to notify the winner. So that might be, for example, the winner will be drawn at 10 a.m. on Friday, the X of May, and we will announce on our Facebook page, or we will announce on our website, or we will announce on our Instagram page who the winner is. You will also include redraw procedures, and that might be something along the lines of if prize is not claimed within 3 days of winner notified, the redraw will happen at X time on this date, and the further winner will be announced again, website, Facebook page, Instagram. So you outline those within your T's and C's as well. You also want to be aware of any permit requirements, and these can and do vary by location. So in Australia, we have two main types of giveaways, and they are called a game of skill and a game of chance. So a game of skill typically doesn't require a permit, whereas a game of chance does. So a game of skill is any competition or giveaway that does not use a random draw for the winner. It generally means that you simply have a judge to choose the best entry based on its merit, or you could have users voting publicly on entries, and then the one with the most votes wins. So to give you a couple more examples of games of skill, could be a photo judging competition, Instagram photo contest. One which you probably see quite a lot is tell us in 25 words or less why you should win. So that's examples of games of skill. We also then have a game of chance, and this is generally where you do require a permit. So if you're running a lottery, a sweepstakes, or a competition that requires a random draw to pick the winners, then it's very likely that you will need that permit, and that will be subject to where you're running your competition. These promotions are quite often, or at least in Australia, they're referred to as trade promotion lotteries. And furthermore from that, it may be then subject to permit or dependent on the value of the prize, and that will change by state. So as an example, competitions, if you're running one, let me have a look here. I've just taken down some notes. Competitions with a prize value of more than, say, $5,000 would require a permit in SA, South Australia, the ACT, and the Northern Territory. Whereas in New South Wales, it's 10,000 or more is when you would require a permit. So you need to make sure you're across those if you're doing a game of chance. Now, how much do permits cost? Now, these can vary, and I'm just going to obviously give some Australian examples here. So for New South Wales, it's just under $400. The ACT's around $200. South Australia's around $200. And the NT, whilst you might need a permit, depending on the prize value and if it's a game of chance, they don't actually charge you for the permit costs. Now, that's obviously as of today, recording this in March 2024. They may change those over time. But that gives you indicative costs. So they're not prohibitive costs, but they're definitely something you need to consider and be aware of. And if you were having to get them for various states, then it could add up to a small fee that you need to consider when running your giveaway. Now, I also wanted to include this little bit of advice because I have been asked this a few times, and that is, do you need a permit for online competitions? And yes, you do. Online competitions are treated just the same as, as if you're doing a in-store or in a physical location. So that is yes. All right, then step 4 is we need to decide on the platforms. So by that I mean, where and how will you run your giveaway? Will it be on your website? Is it going to be across your social media channels or one of your channels? Is it going to be on both? Is it going to also be on a partner's channels or one of you take the lead? You might need to consider using a third-party platform like Woobox or ShortStack, and they actually offer an integration that you can put that into your website. Really great for tracking entries, actually. There is a small fee associated with it, but it does make the running of competitions super easy, and they can also draw your winner for you as well. Ultimately, with these, you want to think about going back to who is my audience, what am I giving away, and then what would be the best platforms for me to get the most traction, which means engagement and ultimately entries, and then how do I want to facilitate that, and then applying and the compliance requirements as well around privacy laws. So that was step number 4, deciding on which platforms. Step number 5 is one that quite often gets forgotten, which really disappoints me, because you are leaving money on the table if you don't do step 5, and that is reward every entrant. So by that I mean celebrate every participant in your giveaway by sending them something. Now, how I would typically do this is you've drawn the winner, you've announced the winner, and that might have been on your website, that might have been on a social media channel, or you might have said you're going to email everybody. Regardless of whether the email is the platform that you're announcing your winner, I would email everybody that entered that competition, presuming that was one of your entry fields that they completed to qualify to enter the competition. And I would send them an email saying, hey, here's our winner, Joe Blogs, they've won the da-da-da. However, essentially everybody's a winner. We've got something for you. So that could be a discount on your product or service, or it could be a value add. There's something in there that you're offering to them as an entrant, and it gives you an opportunity immediately to get something from those people that have entered your giveaway. Couple of tips: don't forget to set an expiry date on your offer, because this will create a sense of urgency. And the other benefit of that is that it enables you to track within a fairly short time period how successful that's been. So it's another metric that you can add to has my giveaway been successful? It's not only did I grow my database, or I got so many more followers, or I got so many more website traffic visits for the month or the duration of the giveaway. You can now say, in addition to those, when I sent out an offer to all those entrants, 10% of them have redeemed the offer, or 5% redeemed the offer, whatever that metric might be. So it's a really, really good way to get further engagement from everyone who's entered the competition in a quick way, I guess. So don't leave this for days, weeks after the competition's closed. You would do this within the day or a couple of days of the competition closing and you announcing the winner. My preference is the email goes out with an offer on the same day that you've announced your winner. So just to recap on those 5 steps to run a successful promotion. Number 1 is be very clear on your objective and setting some targets. Number 2 is choose a prize that's going to speak to your ideal audience. You want them to engage. You want them to enter. Step 3 is prepare your terms and conditions and make sure you cover all of those points that I covered. Number 4 is decide on the platforms. So where are you going to run this competition? And step 5 was to reward every entrant. It's a thank you for participating, and it also means you may get some nice financial return on your giveaway sooner than later as well. And as business owners, we're always happy to see that. So I hope you found that useful. And if you haven't noticed, I tend to always have some bonus stuff, benefits, tips, advice at the end. And today's no different. So before we finish up, I wanted to give you a few ideas on how to promote your giveaway. You've gone and spent the time and effort pulling it together, this amazing giveaway. So you want to now ensure you have as many of the right people as possible know about it. You can, by all means, register your giveaway with competition sites. However, I would just ask that you be mindful of the type of audiences that these sites may attract. you might get a heap of entries, but what's the chance of them becoming an actual customer? So you just need to make sure you factor that in when you're looking at those competition sites. It could be a perfect match, but it may also not be. So just check into that. And perhaps instead look at the following options to promote your giveaway. So first one is to feature posts on your social media, not just at the launch and not just at the end, but also throughout the giveaway period. And you can also look to run some teasers before you've even launched the giveaway. You absolutely want to email your audience. So you can do a teaser to your audience through an email. You can email them when the competition starts. You can email them, hey, hurry up, competition's ending. If you haven't already entered, closes on Friday kind of thing. And then, as I mentioned, as point 5, you can then also email every entrant once the competition closes. You want to put it on your website. I think it's a very good idea, even if it's a little banner on the home page, or it might be like a little hello bar at the top that's encouraging people to enter. So click here to enter kind of messaging. And if you have a physical location, such as an office, a store, a salon, put it in your business. Maybe it's a poster on the wall. Maybe you've got tent cards you can put around the place. And also keep in mind, make it easy for people to enter in a physical environment. So for me, I see that as having a QR code on any of your collateral. So say I'm just sat down at my hairdresser's and I can see a little tent card on the desk under the mirror that's telling me about the giveaway, and that would have a little QR code, so I can open my phone, scan the QR code, and enter while I'm sitting there getting my hair done. Make it easy to enter. You might also want to look at, say, a direct mail piece. And yes, that can cost a little bit more money, but depending what you're trying to achieve and what your budget is, it may well and truly stack up for you to do that. I know in my region where I live, I get a lot of direct mail from real estate agents. A lot of the time it's promoting their listings, but there's no reason why you couldn't do a giveaway as a direct mail piece. You might want to look at different advertising channels. It could be a local newspaper, it could be a radio, it could be a community radio station, it could be an online publisher. You might want to look at, running paid ads on Meta, so Facebook, Instagram ads. You can also look at relevant Facebook groups, so providing you're adhering to their individual group rules, there's a way that you may be able to promote it on that or throughout those various groups. You can even look to share with your local counsellor. I mean, counsellors are all about driving their local economy. So depending on what your business is and how you're structured, particularly if you're a local business, they are very likely to, 1, want to know what you're doing, and 2, that you do have that competition running. You could look to identify suitable influencers that you could partner up with for the giveaway. So you might be able to negotiate either a paid fee for them to promote to their audience, or they might be happy to take a product or a service that you offer. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have partnered up with another business to amplify the giveaway, then just make sure that they are using all their channels as well. One of you might want to take the lead on creating the assets or your promotional collateral, and then providing a checklist. So here's all the goodies we've created. Now go put them on your website, put them in your store, put them on your socials, and here's a checklist of the channels and ways that you can promote it out to your audience. Again, making it super easy for that partner to work with you on this and making it a huge success. So to wrap up today, I just want to say I'm a massive fan of giveaways. They can do really, really well for your business, really get some attention that you may not have had before. You get to grow your audience, you get to grow your database, you can grow your website traffic, and if you've got a retargeting campaign happening, it's a perfect way to kick that up a gear as well. So I'm an absolute fan, and I hope that you've found that these 5 steps make it very logical and easy for you then to think about how you can set that up for your business and then get cracking and put that out into the market. it does give you an opportunity to build, those lasting connections, not only with potential businesses that you might partner with, but obviously those audiences that will then look to follow you or sign up and be part of your ongoing list. And it really is an opportunity to propel your brand to new heights. So thank you for listening, and we'll catch up soon.
Thanks for listening to the What Matters Marketing Show. You can support the podcast by hitting follow or leaving a review. For more great marketing information to help build your business and a life that you love, head to whatmattersmarketing.com.